All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Hot Sports Arena where we bring you, interviews of personalities and stakeholders in the game. And today we are thrilled to have with us Premier League winner, of course, fresh from winning the 2024-2025 Ghana Premier League with Bibiani Gold Stars. Of course, it's a huge opportunity for us to have him here, to join us to discuss how the season all actually went about, how he is actually enjoying at this particular moment. And of course, to find out more about his future going forward. My name is Say Mubarak, and we are privileged to have with us here Roland Frimpong. And he was with Real Tomorrow United a couple of years ago before joining Bibiani Gold Stars. He's had a lot of experience in the top flight of Ghana football, and he'll be sharing his experience after winning the Ghana Premier League with Gold Stars with us. All right, so thank you very much, Ronald. Welcome to Hot Sports Show,
Thank
and
you,
it's a
boss.
pleasure.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss.
Congratulations
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
that wonderful winning momentum you had with Bibiani Gold Stars.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, tell us quickly how the euphoria is like after winning the league.
Thank you very much, my boss. And it's been a privilege once again for me to reconnect to my roots, I should say, because Tamale out to you has done really a lot for me in my career, and I must say, some of them tell me I'm from Tamale, and I'm thrilled once again coming back from maybe any Gold Stars after a long season. Still, you can't even rest because we are still on preseason and I have one or two projects to do at UDS. So I just came back to complete and join my club for the upcoming season as well.
Well, someone would say it was a challenging, season for you, right from the time the team qualified into the Premier League about 3 seasons ago. Yes, it has been in the minds of the people in Bibiani that this is a team that actually could one day win the Premier League. But, after joining them, how did you see the transition, to winning this year's league?
It wasn't easy at all because if you can recall last season, I'm talking about last 2 seasons ago, the team struggled a lot due to injuries and indisciplinary issues. So from coming back from that season, we changed our mentality with new coach on board, with players being sacked here and there, and with those who are committed with the club remaining and focusing on the coming season. Nobody had the idea or thought that we could even win the Premier League, but we just stayed focused, togetherness, unity, and it gave us that honor. Yeah.
Well, let's look at the league itself, because definitely it got to a point it's like many people had given up, especially when you lost to Karela United about 3-4 matches to the end of the season. Many thought that match was the deciding moment for that is Bibiani Gold Stars. A win will have definitely given you that cool momentum to actually lift the trophy. What was the turning point after losing that game at home?
I should say we could have won the league, as you are saying, 3 or 4 games to spare had we beaten Karela United at our own backyard. But football does not follow that dynamics or those stats. Those struggling are those that you go with all because I quite remember playing with them. We intensified our training because our coach, he knows it. He's an experienced coach. Most of us too are experienced. We know that playing against such clubs, you need to step up your game. So I could say our preparation was even tougher than playing against Kotoko and House of Oak at our own backyard. And we knew we could have beaten them for us to clinch onto the league title. But football, that day wasn't our day. It wasn't our day at all. You were there, you saw everything, how your club played. They played above us. It was not anything. We couldn't have a day, and the lack of the day was also on the part of Karela United. So from losing that match, we thought, wow, the players, everybody was down. We were down. We were down because beat Karela, rest 2 or 3 matches, and come back strongly and beat Kotoko. But losing that match, everybody was down. But our chief executive officer, that's Kwesiedu, came onto the pitch, gave encouraging words to the players and the technical team that no, it's not over. We should fight all out onto the final whistle, and that gave us the turning point in our season last season. Yeah.
Well, so that was the inspiration that
Of
actually,
course, of course, of course,
gathered that momentum for you
of
to
course,
actually
of course,
get to where
of course,
you got to.
of course.
Congratulations once again. But
Thank you very
you
much.
were talking about the fact that squad in depth, very, very significant. Uh, Last 2 seasons, how the team struggled because of this prior issue, because of injuries and what have you. How crucial will you say was the squad depth this season that navigated the challenges you had in winning this particular championship?
I should say last 2 seasons squad depth was much deeper as compared to just the league that we won. Because look at those who left. We have some notable names in the Ghana Premier League, more experience than those squad that we even those boys that we brought on board. Because we did about 2 or 3 signings. It will not be up to 6. We took some players from your club, you know it,
Yeah.
Atakumi, Humin, Kelvin from Bofuakwa, the goalkeeper from Bofuakwa. But most of our players left. And look at these names. They were not all that big in the league. And we brought in the youth players. They were also not many, but we included them. We built this momentum. We created this bond amongst ourselves. The unity was there. But as compared to last 2 seasons, you see the squad was there, experienced players. So everybody was big. Who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to coach? So the coach came in, as I said earlier, changed our mentality, and our disciplinary issues also changed, and that was how helped us win the Ghana Premier League.
You've been talking about Coach Frimpong Manso, how he has impacted so much into this particular. How crucial was his involvement, in winning this year's league?
I would say wherever I go, I say it's just like in the Bible. I just always give reference to the Bible. They say Apollos planted and Paul watered, but it's God who gives increase. I would say may the soul of the late coach Michael Osei rest in perfect peace. He laid the foundation for the club. I'm talking about last 2 seasons ago. He brought in players. He laid the foundation. And due to one of two circumstances, he couldn't retain the team and he left the club. So Coach Frimpong Manson came in at that crucial moment when we were struggling and battling from relegation. So this coach came in, a new coach altogether. Everybody was down. We were not performing. Whatever you play, even if you score two, they will equalize 2-2 at your own backyard. So you enter games downhearted. I quite remember Heart of Lions came to our home. We scored first goal. Yes, we are there. Second goal, we scored again. All of a sudden, the second half, they came back stronger, playing better than us. 2-2 was the final score. So this coach came in, and this thing changed. He ceased because he's an experienced coach. He has played the game before. He knows the players. He gave us confidence, told us everything that no, listen, this your home ground should be fortress, and not even Real Madrid can come here and take a point from you.
Wow.
So everybody should get that in mind, and that is the turning point of our season here.
Well, eventually you made the home grounds of Bibiani Gold Stars, of course, the Dawn Spark, a fortress for other clubs. Not until Karela United, defeated you by that solitary goal.
Yeah.
No club for over 13 matches had actually
Of course.
come there to win. How was it like, losing that, record at home this season?
Yeah, when we were playing, you could see because if any club, I'm not underrating Karela, no, but you know it. You know the big names, the big teams. You know them. If any club should have broken that jinx, it shouldn't have been Karela. Kotoko is there. Mediama is there.
Karela was struggling at that
moment.
battling
So,
to gather
but
points
you can
at
imagine.
the relegation
You can
zone.
imagine. Even their own home grounds, they couldn't even gather points. How much more
Going away.
Bibiani? So we thought just kill them, clinch onto the league title before Kotoko and nations will also just be at your back. But all of a sudden, we lost at that moment. It was a very, very crucial moment. And you know, football, if you are not a football person, you know outside, people talk. People really talk. you and you know very well.
Yeah.
You and I know very well.
After the game, yes, we saw even before the start of the game how huge the atmosphere was. The stadium was packed to capacity, all because the fact was that win this game and then win the Premier League.
Of course,
You
of
lost
course,
that game.
of course.
How was the pressure like? Because we were told that supporters had to take you hostage, because there were reasons behind the fact that you shouldn't have actually lost that particular game. How did you as players, maintain that pressure?
Yeah, of course. I would say Bibiani Ghost Stars nowadays is like the pedigree that Kotoko and Hash used to have some time ago. That's the level that the club is directing to because despite playing home or away, you have to win all the 3 points. So losing against Karela, people thought, point of correction, we were not held hostage. No, that one,
Okay.
that, it was just rumors. No,
Okay.
but you see the pressure was mounting, the insults from the fans, the anger, the anger. The anger was there. Why? If you could lose to any club, not Karela, not Karela. So they have to calm their supporters down, motivate them, encourage them not to lose hope in the team because it was blended with old players, new players, experience, and the young ones. So, me, if you do that, I've played a lot of matches.
Yeah.
I can handle it. But what about those who are playing their first season with the club? You are just demoralizing them. So we just tried and curtail the situation, and everything went on normal. And explained to them the game is normal. We shouldn't lose hope. We shall be back stronger. And of course, we did came back strongly. Yeah.
It's a step forward. Of course, the success you have chalked as a team, as a player, definitely is very huge. Now you are moving into a more bigger and more challenging, level in terms of football. You're going to represent Ghana in the CAF Champions League. How is the team? How are the players gearing towards this particular journey?
Yeah, you can imagine Africa is not just by mouth. You know, Africa is a big stage. It's a big stage for big players. And you can't be at home and thinking all is well, no. So I believe you've seen everything on social media. We've done a lot of additions to the club to boost the depth of the situation here. But you can see, as first timers, you have to set targets for yourself. Africa, you have the big names over there. You don't just go and participate. No, you just set targets that prelims, the phases, the first phase, the prelims, you are trying to qualify. From there, the second prelims, you qualify from there. From there, you enter group stages. So right now, personally, I don't know personally because I've been away for a while due to my project work. That's my thinking that you target the prelims match by match, phase by phase before you enter the group stages because you can meet any club. Unlike before, you play some matches, you look from the Champions League, then you are just moved to the Confederation. No, now you can meet any club, you can be out, and if you are out from the Champions League.
Yeah.
So that's my thinking, and I believe the signings that we've done will just motivate and just ginger the team to higher height and higher level in this campaign because you just look at in Swatchamine, look at Samates, how they battled after playing Champions League and the Confederation respectively because it's not easy. Your attention is here or there. You are playing Champions League, Confederation, you are playing the league and also the FA Cup. It's not easy. If you don't have the squad depth, even one or two matches, you break down. And I believe I believe in our coach a lot because he has experience in Africa and here and there. So I believe we are in the right direction. Currently, we are in Accra having the preseason. I'm about to join them somewhere early next month, and we see how things go.
I'll come to, we talk about how these successes mean to you as a player, how it means to the legacy of, Bibiani Gold Stars. But how do you maintain this success that you have chalked? Because definitely, like you mentioned, you are not only going to play in the Premier League in a bid to defend this particular trophy, But of course, you have other competitions that you'll be engaged in. How do you think that Bibiani Gold Stars will be able to maintain this success in the domestic front?
Of course, after joining the Ghana Premier League for the fourth time, I think the class have gone a long way for us to clinch onto the league title because fourth season. So here's the thing: you've won the league. What's next? Africa is here, and you're also trying to defend the trophy. And most of the clubs, you've seen their preparations. They are coming back stronger and stronger and stronger, doing a lot of signings to ginger the team. So I think we shouldn't lose pedal. We shouldn't just relax and say, yeah, we are the champions, so we should just relax. No, Ghana Premier League, once you've won the league, any match you play, oh, it won't be easy. It will never be easy. So I believe in the team. I believe with the cohesion, with the unity that we have, and the preparation that I currently having, I believe we can be able to defend the trophy and also go far in Africa.
Wow,
Yeah,
that is quite encouraging
yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Let's look at you per se. You had a very quite impressive season. Um, those who know you, have followed you, have seen your consistency in terms of performances from clubs that you played for before even joining Bibiani Gold Stars. How does this success mean to you as a player?
As a player, I feel very honored. As you were saying, as compared to R2, I was the arrowhead, you know. But with Bibiani Gold Stars, with variation of tactics, the coach knows me very well from infancy. So I believe he knows if there are other players who we can rely up front, and with my experience, sometimes I'm deployed to play in the midfield because he knows I can tackle, I can dribble, I can give incisive passes. That's why maybe you might not see maybe most goals
Yeah,
that I used to
exactly.
score in Archie
Yeah.
because I scored 2 goals, did 4 assists in just previous ended league. But as an when I was in Archie, I used to be the arrowhead,
Yeah.
always up
So you had
front.
more
I
goals,
had
you
more
had
goals.
more
I'll be playing
assists.
the
Yeah.
penalties, the assists. Yeah, but this entirely a different club altogether. And as a player, try to adapt in any situation that you find yourself in.
Yeah.
I will not say I'm playing up front. I'm told to play midfield. So no. Then meaning you are not a
Our
footballer.
modern coaches are
But
also looking for
sure,
players
players
who can play multiple positions.
you should be multifunctional as a footballer. Because if I'm told to play the right back, and we'll be able to clinch onto the league title. See, I played wings, midfield, and we're able to win the league. So I think I did a lot of good work for the club.
Mm.
You know, I missed about 4 or 5 matches due to my exams, Tamale, Kumasi, Tamale, Bibiani. So I missed a lot of matches, about 5, 6 matches, and in the Ghana Premier League. I quite remember when we played against Karela,
Yeah.
I had to follow the
Yeah,
team
the team to
back to
Tamale, yeah,
Tamale
because you
and
had an
write an
exam
exam on
to.
that. That's
Yeah.
faithful Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened.
I was wondering how that impacts your education as well, because yes, many have advised players, not to just be on the pitch, but of course, you have added education to your footballing career. How has that affected that aspect of education? Has it in any
Yeah.
way? Okay.
No. It
Mm.
has never affected my education because if you are working with understanding people, I think it shouldn't be a problem because you go to clubs, most of the officials are learned.
Okay.
They are, and if you are as a footballer, you are trying to also educate yourself and build a good career.
Mm.
You shouldn't be limited. That's what I think, and
Okay.
I believe my club, maybe any Go Stars, they've been very supportive to me. Talk about the CEO, the technical team headed by the head coach, Frimpong Manson, and also the playing body. You see, off and on, sometimes you're on top form.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have to leave the club
Yeah.
and come and write exams.
Okay.
How would they take it?
Yeah.
But at times, that's how it goes. Because football, you can't play football forever. Of
But
course.
let's get back to your title winning momentum. I can see you came with your medal, a very huge one, of course. Um, you mentioned of the fact that yes, you can also see other clubs preparing very well, signing big players in the Premier League transfer. Going forward to the new season, which clubs do you think will be rivalry to you in terms of winning the title? Because you need to defend it, you need to go to Africa again, but definitely other clubs will be watching on to and make sure that they get you off the hooks. Which clubs do you think will be your rival in this year's competition?
I should say all the times that's what we do. We always look at the big clubs first. Let's say last season, you ask somebody, mention the first four clubs who will lift the trophy. They will say Kotoko, Hearts,
Yes.
Mediama, Eduana.
Mm,
Bibiani Gold Stars were not given any chance
mm,
to win the Ghana Premier League prior to the starting of the Ghana Premier League. But unless you start, unless you finish the first round and you can detect, but you can look at the big clubs, their names, you can easily pick it up. But there are some clubs also who are seriously preparing for the trophy. So I should say,
mm.
Gold Stars, we are still defending it. So let's wait for the first, the three that's will be adding on to us. Yeah.
Well, I want to push you to the wall,
Uh-huh.
or at least just mention one or two clubs you think will rock shoulders. You're talking about defending it,
Yeah.
but which teams do you think can come close to actually, wrestling the trophy from you?
Yeah. After Bibiani Gold Stars, I would say Mediama, 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 Nations, because Nations, you see, that's the second time they've come closer
Mm.
when they were beaten by Samatex to clinch onto, and we've done same to them just ended last season. So I think, and you add one of the big clubs, Kotoko, of course. Yeah.
At the end of every season, especially when you are part of a title winning squad, especially when you have been an impressive player, you have contributed immensely to the successes of the club, there will be more attention on you. Has there been any, discussions going on in either to stay with the club or, clubs coming closer to discuss potential transfer to or outside of Baby and Go Stars?
Of course, of course. After every season, because of my performances, you see a lot of clubs looking forward to signing me. But due to education and my movement, I'm quite limited and I have to stick to my club because I don't think I was always concentrated on Bibiani Gold Stars, Bibiani Gold Stars. After my first season,
Then that would have been nice to join Kerala United. That is situated at where you are actually schooling now.
Tamale has always been my home. Tamale is my
Okay,
home.
okay.
After Kumasi, Tamale is because getting to 5 to 6 years in Tamale, I see Tamale to be my home after Kumasi. Yeah, because I'm always here, whether school or not. I'm in Tamale, but let's wait and see what the future holds. Because
You've joined a couple of teams,
yeah,
moving from one place to another. What is quite different at Baby and Go Stars?
let me say, Bibiani Gold Stars is a club where, as a player, you feel discomfort, like you are propelled to perform. Unlike other clubs, where players are pushed onto management, onto coaches, use my player. Bibiano Gold Stars is not like that.
There's massive competition.
Massive competition. And the fans too are always at the training grounds and on the match days. So you can't tell me, oh, Mr. Say, use my player Frimpong, and Frimpong is not performing at training grounds and in matches. No,
Okay,
you will not be used.
okay.
But other clubs, team officials, president, management are always pushing players on coaches, and Bibiano Gold Stars is far, 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 far out of that pedestal. Yeah.
What's the future looking like for you? Yes, you're going to Africa now. Looking at things, it is more likely you are staying with Babiani Gold Stars, for this particular season, which means that you'll be joining the team for Africa. But beyond that, how is the future, like for Ronald Frimpong?
Yeah, I see the future to be very, very, very clear because I'm quite impressive. And I must say, after football, what's next? And I'm not trying to be a coach. No, 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 no. Even
You want to go
right,
into the academia?
no, yeah, of course, maybe sports administration part of football. Yeah, be the team manager. That no, no, stand on the touchline, shouting on to players. Say, hey, Frimpong, no, 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 that's out of my distance. But hoping for one day to be a club official. Yeah, like to be a team manager, club official, and administrator. Yes, of course. But coaching,
To be on the touchline, you
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
that heart
Nah, nah, nah,
to
nah. No,
shout,
no, no,
to
no, no,
instruct.
no, no. That one,
But
no matter.
that really shows your leadership
Yeah,
qualities.
yeah, of
You
course,
know,
of course.
it demonstrates how you want to build the momentum of developing other people
Sure, sure,
like you are going through at this particular moment.
sure, sure.
Well, it's quite an exciting. Let's share. That is the medal here. So you can see this is a world branded gold medal for Ronald Frimpong. I'm actually seeing this for the first time because here we haven't had any Premier League club that has actually won. But we are happy. He played for Real Terminal United. He went all the way to Bibiani Gold Stars to live the Ghana Premier League. So um, I'm sure you are not that surprised to have this because you've been digging gold in Bibiani. So this definitely shouldn't be anything. But anyway, congratulations
Thank
once
you very
again.
much. Thank you
Let
very
me
much.
pick your final comments because I know you have a few fans, out there who will be monitoring us on Hot Sports Arena.
Of course, of course. I would like to extend a big gratitude to my family back home because playing professional football, schooling away from Kumasi, you'll be missed a lot. My mom, you call her auntie, yeah, you call her auntie. With my father, chief in Kumasi, with my brothers and sisters, and also my friends in Tamale. I miss them a lot. So I would like to extend my greetings to everyone, the director of sports in UDS, Mr. Tanko Ibrahim, yeah, and all UDS students and my colleagues over there. Yeah.
Well, it has been an exciting moment with Ronald Frimpong, of course, fresh from winning the Ghana Premier League with Bibiani Gold Stars. He played a very, very huge role for the club's successes. And of course, like he indicated, he's going for medicals, which means that he's still going to stay with the club for Africa and for the world. We have had that privilege of, hearing from him today on Hot Sports Arena. And like we always do, we'll bring you more interviews on this particular platform. Thank you very much. Myself and my team, we say goodbye for now. But of course, we have more interviews coming on your way. You can find us on YouTube, Hot Sports Arena, and on Facebook. Just go there and subscribe. And of course, we have more for you.